Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, I'm Sandy and I am just sharing with you the items that I made for my patrons for the month of July. These are the items that my goldenrod tier will receive. So they'll get this fun little vintage time card, flash card. They'll get a cool vintage book page. Those will be fun things to cut apart and use. And they'll get a Dick and Jane book page. These images are darling. Each one will be a little bit different in the goldenrod tier. They'll get one of these tags. I loved making these tags for this month. And they'll get this really cool belly band. Love that. These are vintage little memory piece, and then the vintage little game card. So cute. And then a couple other fun little, look at this cute little Care Bear and some vintage stickers. And then I made a fun little pencil tag with a brad, and then a cute little milk bottle cap. That is the goldenrod tier. This is the Kentucky Mint tier, and this is a mini journal. So in keeping with the children's book theme, I used just a small children's book and made a little journal for them. And I have a full flip through of these also on that journal flip through video. And it's so cute. And then they'll get a little tag, the little pencil tag, the belly band, a Care Bear card, some vintage stickers, and the Mickey playing card. And then they'll get some fun pink trim. And that is the Kentucky Mint tier. Now this is the Lily tier. This is my journal tier. So this is an example of one of the journals. I do have a separate video where I flip through all of the journals, but these are vintage books. I did a curved spine on these, added the button detail down the back, and I put in 3 signatures. So there's a variety. There's pages from the actual book, and then I have some envelopes plus a bunch of different vintage book pages, some dyed paper, some old school paper. So these are all, they're very similar, but they're a little bit different. And then I have a couple pockets. This is just in here for shipping purposes, so they don't get smushed when I ship them out. Some more book page. And then I have a handkerchief in the second signature, another envelope, and some fun book pages. So cute. And the handkerchief. And then the third signature, we have another pocket in the front and back of the third signature. I love these definition pages. And that is the journal. And then with the journal, they also get a bundle of fun little stuff that they can use to decorate. So they get a little yo-yo and a button if they want to use that. There's a little pencil tag that I made that they'll get. And then these are all of the makings for a belly band. So this belly band I made for the Bluegrass tier that you saw. And so I wanted to also just provide the bits and pieces if they wanted to make a belly band for their journal. They can use those else in a different way. And then a vintage card, some vintage stickers, some little fabric scraps that they can make tabs with, or put on the top of tags. A Care Bear, vintage Care Bear card, just a whole bunch of different, each one will be a little bit different. They will get one of these fun tags that I made. They'll get a little library pocket, some other fun trims, some daisies and yellow trim, pink and green and yellow. And each one, the colors might be a little bit different depending on the journal cover. plus they'll get another little piece of the fabric if they want to make pockets inside. And then just a bunch of different book pages from this book, plus some other books that I had in my stash. So they'll have a good head start on things they can do to decorate up their journal. This is what's included in the Bluegrass tier junk journal kit, Happy Meal kit. Get this really cute folio, and you have this vintage yo-yo with a button on it, cute little image on the front, and then this lace flip down. You have a little pocket up here with a little pencil tag in it, and then this flips open, and you have some tickets over here. There's some goodies in this pocket here. And then there's some more goodies in here. And then this flips out. And you have some more writing page right here. So cute. And then also included, the patrons will receive this fun little belly band, or you can use it as a bookmark even. This is a vintage piece from a memory game. This is an old card game. And then this cute little book came from Hobby Lobby, but then I put a word on it, a little bit of fabric, and some sewing detail. They'll get just a fun playing card, vintage playing card, some stickers, a Care Bear card. Look at this fun desk flashcard from Dollar Tree. They'll get a vintage hanky piece. They'll get a Scrabble scorecard. They'll get a vintage book page, another vintage book page, and this vintage book page. And just so cute and so sweet. And each one will be a little bit different. Now I'm going to show you a flip through of all of the folios that I made. Here is a flip through of each of the folios that I made. So I used just some twine for the closure. And these are some yo-yos I picked up at a thrift shop and added the button. And I added the brads to these little policy holders. Some vintage book page. And then you flip up and you have a little pocket up here. And then this flips down, and I love the addition of this lace. And what I like about the lace is, like, it gives this a finished look, but then you have a fun little surprise. When you flip it down, you have this cute little book image. And then I took the balance of the page of that book image and put it down on this bottom flap down here, so it's still kind of a cohesive book page, but deconstructed. And then this opens up, and I put a little pocket over here, and again using some more vintage children's like workbook. And then this is from the Dollar Tree, made that into a pocket, another little book page image. This is from the Dollar Tree, made that into a pocket. And then I backed this on some other paper to turn this into a little hidden side tuck. And in here I just added another little piece of this that you can make a tag out of. And then a fun little vintage tally card, and you could decorate this up as well with some book page images or whatever you want. And then these are from Hobby Lobby, and I just backed them on some cardstock and made it into a fun little tag with these fun little brads. I enjoyed using up some of my older brads. Then over here I paper clipped this little composition paper onto here, and made it like a secret little journal spot. And so I love how this turned out. And then it folds back up, and then you just paper clip it to keep it nice and flat, so it doesn't interfere when you're opening or closing the folio. And then added another fun little book image. And then these are all the extras. And so then another book page. This was arithmetic book page, and just put that down in there. So some of the extras, you have this vintage little how to tell time, a pit card. This is a cool little, I picked these up in an estate sale, not sure what it is, a hand-drawn playing card, so I don't know the significance of them. A fun little Mickey playing card, and then these little tags that I made, and I think they are adorable. I got this little idea of the little triangle flap from Carla, so shout out to Carla. But love how those turned out as well. So you can see it holds quite a bit, and you have this little tiny little pockets. I'll put a little ticket in there, but you can write on this, decorate it however you want. And I made it in such a size that it will fit into a journal page. So it's 5 by 7. So if you have a journal that's like an 8 by 6 journal, then this should fit right down onto the journal page. So I'm quickly going to look at the insides of the other ones. And you just wrap that around, and it holds up nice and neat. Isn't it adorable? I'm very happy with how these turned out. So this is the next one. So I already have them kind of untwined. Different yo-yo, different paper, but then the inside is very similar. You have the lace flipped down, and then here's the little page. And some of these, they literally came together serendipitously. Like I did not plan. I have this come and jump page, so I found this little image and added that, but it wasn't planned. And then over here, this page is J for jump. Isn't that hilarious? And then ground, you know, you jump on the ground. But that all happened by accident. So again, it has the same items in the side pocket and the little ticket up here. The paper folds out, and then you have your tag right there. Same items on the inside. But that was so funny how all that came together with the word jump. It was kind of funny. Here's the next one. And I love the papers I chose to make the folio. They're pretty, and they're kind of, I wouldn't say neutral, but they don't distract from the rest of the design of this. Different yo-yo, different button, different little image on the front. And then the inside, again, same little ticket. You have your fun little page. They're at the grocery store. And then we have flower for this one. And same little items in the side pocket. Little ticket, a fold out. And I liked the flower and the bunny with that flashcard and this cute little image there. And here is the next one. Another different yo-yo, different button, another little image on the front. And then on this one, I put the pencil tag up here. Just worked out well that way. So we have a wagon page, and then I found this little wagon image, so I put that on there. And then mother, and look at this, did not plan this. This is M for mother. Isn't that crazy? And so I put this little image up here of a mother, and put some tickets in this pocket since I put the pencil up there. And then the same items, and then another arithmetic pages. I liked, you know, the arithmetic pages had like yellows and reds on them, and so I thought they complemented with the other designs inside. So here's another one, different yo-yo and button, a different little image right here. And then again, I put the pencil tag up top on this one. And you got the same little items on the side over here. Some tickets. Oh, and this is, you know, they're playing with the toy car and wagon. So I added the little car here. And then we have grass. So I thought we'll add a bird and this fun little grassy brook here. And then look, guys, bird over here. I did not plan, you know, grass and bird. Just, it's so fun how things kind of work out like that. And there's that yellow and red. Cute little tag. This one here, another fun yo-yo and different button, and these little girls kind of, I don't know if they're skipping or walking, whatever they're doing. And then this is so cute, the dog and her teddy bear fall down the stairs, so I added a little dog right here. And then school, so I had this bell, I thought that would be really cute. And then a little book up here, some fun vintage tickets, and your pencil tag, and some more of the arithmetic pages. And then we have this one, again a different yo-yo and button. She's doing a little kind of ballerina dancing. And here they're going to get ice cream. And the dog jumped up on her and knocked her ice cream off. And look at the cute little kitty cat. So the ice cream, the dog's licking up the ice cream. So I put a little scoop of ice cream there. And then apple. So I added an apple here and then a little slide. Because this is has a little ladder here for under. And so I thought that went well together. And then another fun little arithmetic page. So I really liked making these this month. So those are all the different items that I sent out to my patrons in July. If you are interested in becoming a patron, I have a link down below. I have details over on my Patreon site about what I'm going to be making in August, and I'm really excited about the month of August. You can just join as a free member though. That way you can keep up to date on what's going on over there. And if you want to snag one of my other levels, a paid member level, then you'll be first in the know as a free member to find out about those. But I want to thank everybody so much for watching, and I just had so much fun with this, making all these items this month, and I look forward to some more tutorials and other fun videos for you guys coming up in August. All right, bye. Thank you all so much.